Islam or Moorish American Nation and Family? Islam. It is January. I'm going to try to be quiet for a moment, see if you can pick up something. Because right now I'm at Whole Foods in Annapolis, Maryland, and all of a sudden, it's so odd. I was at the register 13, and this is the sequence of events. One courtesy clerk was checking me out, but I was waiting for another one. Before I was waiting for one customer to finish. One of the representatives at Whole Foods, I guess you would call it customer service. I've spoke to her. She said she's from Senegal. I don't know her name, but she said she's from Senegal. I was helping her, and then it was my turn. And then as I was actually getting my things checked out afterwards, I just started to feel a dull, sharp pain. So this is where my left chest is. And then, you have your heart. So I just, Imani Gray Bay and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, we don't know any one person here in Annapolis. Not one person in Annapolis can say that we have implied that we want to get to know them on a personal level. Not one person. But as Moorish Americans who are naturalized to uphold constitutional laws, and in that you're supposed to demonstrate yourself as much as possible as being civilized. Because I'm not an animal. I'm not a beast. I'm not an animal. I'm not a beast. And neither is anyone in my Moorish American nation or my Moorish American empire, as far as I know. So we've definitely set ourselves apart of those who may be encouraging animal and beast behavior. Maybe because they really are mixed up with some form of an animal, some form of a beast, some form of a bird, some form of a dog, a canine. So in their world, they might actually be like some of these horror flicks you see on TV. Now, wouldn't it be interesting to think that the television, those that artificial intelligence, actually, you know how they create fantasy movies? They actually started to mix people like they created on TV. So then if you start mixing people, for instance, you have like Star Wars. That's a good one. Star Wars. So many people come to Burger King with Star Wars shirts. And on Star Wars or other places, other shows that we like to watch, they have all different types of beings. But some of these beings, most of the beings, except for that one, J-O-Fat, where they actually was demonstrating how they were taking the DNA from one person to make clones. They were making a whole bunch of clones. But they suppose that most of them are like star beings. They live on a different planet. But imagine scientists just Earth. You have people, and they're not from a different planet. They just experiments, and they started putting ape, dog, bird, whatever DNA inside of fetuses. Imagine that. And so then these things, because if they're things, if you don't know what it is, and they grow up, they start howling like werewolves, saying I'm a werewolf, and start, and so anyway, I just thought about that. These are just thoughts. So let me get to the point. So I'm not able to send for sharp pains, but it came out of nowhere. When I turned on my camera, it stopped. It's just like forced coughing. Coronavirus, some of the symptoms of having the coronavirus is to cough. And it's interesting how when I'm about to cough, all I do is turn on my camera to videotape it, and it stops. So, can you imagine building a population of things, and they so much of an animal that you got to quarantine them. You have to quarantine them because you already know what you put inside the chemistry to make it. You already know. So you gotta. They so much of an animal in thoughts, in behavior. Not, it's not the chemistry, but in thoughts and behavior. They so uncivilized that you gotta quarantine them. You gotta lock them down. That's interesting. So anyway, that's a thought. I just want to leave you with that. The pain stopped. It's January the 11th, 2022. The pain stopped as soon as I turn on my camera. So, let me see here. This is the time. Yeah, and I'm not accusing the lady that from Senegal. I just had a conversation with her because I heard her talking. I think I smelled some Senegalese incense on her or something. I'm not sure, but I asked her. I said, "Are you from Senegal?" I think this is how the conversation started, and she said she was. I don't know her personally. It was just basic conversation. Also, there was another lady that I think she still works here. I think because of her features, I asked her. I said, "Where is she from?" I don't know how the conversation started, but for her features, I asked. She said she's from Gambia. So, Islam. So anyway, that's it. The pain stopped. So I'll go ahead and continue. It's wonderful to be a Moorish American. It's wonderful to be separate and apart from animals. The state of mind of animals and beasts. A government knows who are in that state of mind and who are not. Islam